I always think it's good to get a little bit of hate mail every so often. It shows that you're at least got enough of a personality and enough of a position that people have an opinion on you. If you don't have an opinion, if nobody has an opinion on you, then you're just a bit vanilla, is what I always think. I always think it's better to be somebody who's loved and hated than somebody that nobody really cares about. Anyway, I got a message on my Facebook page group. I've got two groups. One's a page, one's a group. I didn't really. I think Facebook changed the rules a couple of years back, and I had the Dunbar Photography group, and I was trying to do stuff with it, and it just had people putting up their own photos. And I was like, oh right, okay, we'll try and turn it into a Dunbar critique group. But I couldn't change the name after a certain year or two of it being live. So it's just known as the Dunbar Photography page, I think. Dunbar Photography is the critique group. And I've also got my Dunbar fan page, or Dunbar Photo fan page, which is my page, which is all just kind of stuff that I put up. And people can ask questions there and I can reply back to them. But the critique page I thought was quite good because it means everyone can put in their comments on what other people upload to their images. So a bit like what you get on like Flickr or other sites. But here is a bit more of a selective group in the fact that people can leave and people can, it can be admin as well. I'm always a big fan of kind of ruthlessness in certain critiques, especially the Dunbar Photography critique group is much more geared towards people who are not necessarily beginners, but people who are looking to advance their photography, but also with that is the ability to take criticism on both the good and the bad, well, the bad and the good, but also just it's almost a kind of a learning experience as well of how to take shit all the time. I remember meeting somebody who went to a portfolio review thing with the Scottish Photographic Society, I think, or it was either Scottish or the BPS or something like that, and anyway they put in their portfolio and it just got ripped to shreds and they were so disheartened. They'd never had that before. They thought, oh, what the hell, I hate these people. But from watching the critique that I got, is actually, that's fair dues. So I always think, like the fact that I put all my videos up on YouTube and you can see so much of my work and stuff like that is, and the amount of shit which I can get, whether, oh, your photos are rubbish, or some people go, oh, your photos are great. You know, it's always nice to have some people that think your photos are good, but at the same time, it's always good to be able to deal with people who think that your stuff is shit. And, you know, if somebody has bad language, if they say your images are shit, you're like, okay, so I'm going, oh no, you've hurt my feelings. So that's the kind of thing about the Dunbar Photography critique page, is that nobody's really holding back. But what everyone is doing, or hopefully are doing, are talking about the images, the processes, and the results, rather than the people. So for example, if we're putting, you know, and also having a sense of humour as well. You've really got to develop a sense of humour to be opening yourself to critique by putting your stuff on the internet. If you don't want any critique, if you don't want any bad flaming or anything like that, just don't put your stuff online whatsoever. Anyway, so I got a person that sent me or put a notice on the Facebook critique group saying, "Dom, big fan of yours and there's helpful free tutorials that you do in video. It's a pity that not all members here feel the same way and feel it necessary to badmouth me on other groups." I was like, ooh, brilliant, yes, okay, what's been happening here? And so a member of this group posted on another group saying that this group's crap, which I always think is a bit strange. Like, if you think a group that you're part of is crap, why do you then go tell other people that it's crap, unless you think that what you actually think is maybe wrong? It's just a bit of an odd one. Or why do you not just go, it's a bit of a crap group, and leave? Like, I've been part of many other photography groups on Facebook, and when I've thought they're a bit rubbish or they're just people putting up boring photos, I've just not bothered going back to it. So I think that's always an odd one. So anyway, I checked it out and had a little comment there. So I've even said here, so back to West Ender, thank you. I said it's always good to be hated on because it means that's good. But I had a little look at the comments that were left, and it was regarding, because I put up the rules on the page, which I've just changed because somebody has redone them for me. But here they are. So it was 10 rules, and I think it was number 6 and number 10 were the one that annoyed people the most. Again, a lot of people putting stuff up on the Domber critique page without reading the pinned post at the top, and some people were saying just put up the image, the title image, as the rules or the guidelines for posting on the page, just so that people aren't wasting their time looking through 15 images of somebody putting up of a teapot. So one of the comments I just quickly write it out is that if you can't take harsh criticism, then fuck off, okay? And some people are like, oh, can't say bad words. Sorry about that. This is not for pussies or children. Again, I'm an adult and I'm dealing with other adults, and generally bad language really isn't an issue for me in any way. Swearing is a very good way to communicate with other adults. It really shows emphasis and vigor in your language, I think. If you can swear well, it's just as good as being able to use fancy, posh language, I think. I'm Scottish, of course we love swearing. And the last one was, if your landscape photo doesn't have a nude model in it, then be prepared for a bunch of comments saying, would have been better with a nude model. There's so many kind of landscape shots where you think that's a okay shot, but see if there was a hot chick in there, or see if there's a hot guy ripped or something like that, then it would make the image more better. But at the same time, you can't have just fantastic landscape shots. But sometimes landscape shots can be a bit boring, and having the odd person making it a little bit better would be a bit better. But this is the weird thing. It says, the person that put up the comment on this Let's Talk Photography Northeast. I'm a member of this group. The critique offered in it is often a load of crap. I'd agree. Sometimes there is just a lot of crap that's on there, but you'll get that pretty much everywhere. It's called the internet. And unless you're paying someone for dedicated critiquing, then you're just got to deal with filtering through a lot of shit and everywhere that you go. Very unhelpful, and again, often offensive. Amongst the good I should add. I don't know what that means. I kind of understand where he's coming from, but would this make you want to join the group? So, good question. So these are the rules. So he's showing the group, these are the rules. What do you think? And first person says, sounds like a bunch of wankers. So that's an odd thing. It sounds like a bunch of wankers. Right, okay. Then Emily puts up a post saying, ha 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 ha. This is not for pussies or children. Is this run by the guy from Banana Studios, is it? I've seen some of the stuff. I don't know what this Banana Studios is. I don't know what that's about. I'll have a check. In fact, that's good promotion for Banana Studios. I'm going to check out, see what that is. And then Dale goes back to say, it's a guy called Don Bauer. He does YouTube videos and tutorials. And yeah, it kind of gives it away big bit there. And so Dale says, I don't post anything in there anymore. The critique is rubbish. Mainly just people trolling photos. Well, if you put, there's no doubt about that. There's trolling. Trolling's the wrong word. There's a whole bunch of different things. There's haters, trolls, spam bots, and something else. Haters, trolls, spam bots. Like spam bots are the people that just put up, hey, I'm selling sunglasses from blah 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 blah. Are the spam bots. Haters are people who just hate you, just like, oh, you're crap, you're crap, you're crap. And trolls are people who are usually just more the bad language version of haters, but have no input at all. So a hater could be, like, you put up a photo and it's a nice model, they could say, I think the lighting is shit, I hate the way that you've done this, and they'll just like destroy your image. A troll will be somebody that just goes, you're fucking shit, you should be shot in the head. Stuff like that. So you've got those three. There's a fourth one, which I can't remember what that is. Maybe you guys can remind me. But I don't think there's really trolling of photos. Maybe there's some hating of photos. There's distractors as well. So somebody that goes, oh yeah, I really like the reflection in the glasses. And I was like, that's not what we were asking about. We were asking about what do you think of the composition of the photo, not the detail elements in it. So sometimes, I would say sometimes in the images that you get some crap going on there. And it says, oh yeah, his name is the big one on the pic. The very last comment says, oh, this is the best bit. The very last comment says everything about him. Pervert. Can't see a good picture without a naked girl in it. I said, just a model. Just a nude model. Didn't say girl. Could be a guy. It's male togs like that we give others a name. We give other name for being Perez with a camera. Guess she's talking about Perez Hilton, and I guess she didn't really see the funny side. That's almost to the point of being feminist there. If your landscape photo doesn't have a nude model in it, be prepared for a bunch of comments saying would have been better with a nude model. Well, that's kind of a fact. Lots of shots would be better with a nude model, or semi-nude, or what do you call it? Implied nude. And does that mean we're all perverts? Yeah, pretty much. I'd go with that. Next one, arse springs to mind. Hardly encouraging for the beginners and doesn't really promote a professional image. Okay, yeah, I'd probably go with that actually. Professional image. It's a Facebook group. Nah, yeah. If he's a pro, then his attitude would instantly put me off from reading this. If he's a pro, then his attitude would instantly put me off from reading this. The weird thing is, the only people that really go on the Don Burr Photography critiquing page are people who've watched my videos, seen who I am, seen the way that I talk, the discourse that I have, and just the kind of vocabulary that I use, and probably my sense of humour. So you'd understand that yes, this is somebody who's having a laugh. So yeah, it doesn't really promote a professional image. Yeah, okay, fair dues. Next one, never heard of him. Is he a Northeast photographer? Sounds like a grade A tosspot. Again, it's funny how all these people are commenting on as if it's me, not just the rules and the guidelines. Not saying, oh, these sounds like crap rules and guidelines, I don't think I'd want to join. It's like, he is a wanker. He is an arse. He is a grade A tosspot. And there's kind of the irony here of what I'm saying is that we will rip apart to shreds your images, how you take the images, where you take the images, the time that you take the images, the settings that you use. There's nothing that I ever say about ripping into actually people, and I've specifically taken down other people's posts where they've become rude or hate or troll version to the person that's uploaded the photo rather than to the photo itself. But here it's quite interesting. In this group, it's all about the person. So they're all hating on the person, which is quite interesting. Surely you can do a critique without swearing. Yes, you can, but swearing is good. Number 7, phone photos. They should maybe check the New York storm picture used on the cover of the Time magazine not so long ago. That was shot with an iPhone and looks amazing. Sounds like a bunch of gear-loving retards to me. Nah, again, you're not really going to see a huge amount of gear love on the page. There will be a lot of gear talk and advice and critique, but generally, if you've seen my videos, you know I'm more or less the gear and more about just going out and shooting stuff and like editing rather than the gear. Next one, Don Bauer is an average photographer at best. Thank you very much. Far better togs out there, I agree. That will give more constructive criticism without the attitude. Maybe. So that's where I kind of go. Average photographer, cool. I'm like, yeah, cool, awesome. I'm happy to be considered average, and I don't really go along saying I'm a pro. Well, I am a professional photographer, but I don't really kind of try and big myself up to the point where I'm saying I am better than you. But I will say your photo is crap. There is a difference about that. That will give more constructive criticism without the attitude. For free? Maybe. No. I don't know. I haven't met one yet. There's odd ones where like some people will do some YouTube videos where they'll give you a little bit of critique, but this is a group. So it's not an individual person. You know, if somebody's sending me individual photos, I did do critiquing videos, but I now just do them when I'm drunk. Next one. If that's his attitude, you'll never get an honest opinion, critique from him, will you? Well, that's kind of the point. That's the point of this group. It's for a more honest critique. Instead of everyone just having to be nice, having to be careful about what they say, it's actually people can just say kind of whatever they want, without it getting like properly rude. And that's kind of the point, that you would get more of an honest critique. That's kind of what I was hoping that my group would be. Next one. Thing is, he's got disciples all bowing down. Yay Dom, you tell them, go Dom, the sad bastards. Again, that's an insult to the people rather than to the images. So there's a real, like, this group is letting itself down. If it was something like, it's just rubbish photos uploaded and rubbish critique, fine. But they're saying that the sad bastards, saying that I've got disciples all bowing down. Yay Dom, you tell them. Well, A, I don't really agree with that, and B, I don't even know when that has ever happened. I'll have a little look through the page if that's ever happened. But if it has happened, it's because I've said something which is maybe a little bit offensive, maybe a little bit close to the bone, just, you know, like, this photo is actually shit, why have you done that, what the fuck is this vignette going on here? And a lot of people going, yeah, okay, that's what this group is about. It's not about just going, ooh, well done, nice photo. The next one, just had a look on his site, and it says he only does weddings for selected clients. What's that about? Selected clients, well, what that is I don't really do. What was it? You talk about my weddings. Yeah, my weddings, I don't really do them for anyone. I'm not a wedding photographer. I am a photographer and I can do weddings, but they're pretty horrific. Just so much effort, such a long day. You've got to be on the ball from, like, before the wedding, from about like 9 in the morning to 12 at night. You've got to be on the ball shooting the whole time, probably not eating, probably not drinking. And then you've got the editing, which can take months, the book design, which can take ages. So for me, I only do it for friends. That's actually what that's about. What's that all about? So that's what it's about. Next one, tosser with an ego. I might put that as my profile, like, name. Don Bauer, tosser with an ego. I like that. Cool. I've joined to see what all the crack is about. Ha ha ha. Emily, well done. Okay. I had a look at his page. He seems like quite an average wedding shooter. I'm sure I've said this before in a previous video, where being average is a fantastic ability. For example, I know a photographer, and well, I know of a photographer, and I know of a photography company which uses about 4 or 5 different photographers, which on their website, amazing photos, and you look at them and go, amazing photographers. Their actual albums of the weddings are average photos. You know, you can't create amazing photos in every single wedding for every single photo. There's sometimes, a lot of the time is you're just documenting the time, you're just documenting the scene. There's sometimes don't have that ability to go, let's go for a car ride somewhere and go up a hill and you can do this and all that kind of stuff. And there's a greater commercial viability in the ability to create repeatable, dependable images. So somebody goes, for example, there's one advert which I see in a wedding magazine where it's like this amazing landscape, this gorgeous model woman, the gorgeous groom, this amazing car, this castle in the background, there's amazing sky, there's a whole kind of stuff going on, and you kind of go, that's a great shot. But then you go into that person's website and they do about 30 weddings a year, huge amount of weddings, but their website for their promotion has got about 7 photos. So the fact that I put a lot of my stuff up on Facebook, usually pretty much whole albums or the main shots of the albums with the guests and stuff like that, To be considered average, that is fantastic. I would say if all of you can get to the point where you can be considered average, brilliant. Be average and then take some awesome and use those awesome to advertise the fact that you can do average consistently. Not that you can do awesome by luck and shit by the rest of the time. So average is a good move. So I don't know whether that was trying to be an insult, but I took that as a great compliment there. Next one, Emily again. I will have Dom leaving his own group. Okay, so that sounds great. Can't wait to see that happen. Brilliant. Okay, I think we should all join and troll the fuck out of his page. So promoting trolling and swearing. That's an interesting thing, considering that he thinks the rules for the group make me look bad because they're swearing in it. Yet he's promoting trolling and he's using a swear word. So that's double standards there kind of going on. Robert Dickinson, brilliant idea. Daniel, I'm trying to see what it's all about. Still laughing about how he named it after himself. What a Del boy. I think I said that at the start. It was something which I started ages ago. You didn't really know the difference between groups and pages, and I couldn't change it to something else. And now it's my page, so should I call myself No Hair Nose Photo? I don't know. Whatever. And yeah, so that's good bit of hate mail. I'm happy about that. That's made my day. And anyway, on the actual Facebook group now, there's just piles of chat. It's kind of gone on, off to tangent a little bit. Let's see what's the kind of latest. Oh God, it goes on a bit. Let's see. I'll just refresh that. Yes, I put up a new one. It's taken out the bit you should have naked people in it. I still think that should be in. I think. Oh, and I've got another 2 members, so we're now up to 4,102, and I've had that'd be 89 new subscribers, or new people joining. It goes on and on and on. Anyway, it goes on. So there you go. That's maybe a kind of an idea of don't fear hate mail. Don't fear people who don't like you. Use whatever they have as promotion, because effectively that's promoted. I've had about 5 new people joining this group just because they don't like me or they don't like the rules of the group. But it's always weird that because of the rules of a group, they dislike the people in the group, which is all about critiquing the photos of people. Go figure.